Ora, muito bem-vindos ao podcast que coloca o Benfica no centro da conversa com adeptos de todo o mundo. Neste episódio eu vou falar com FIAGO, um adepto alemão, adepto do Hamburgo, e vamos tentar perceber o que é que ele sabe do Benfica e de que maneira é que os dois clubes se podem cruzar, as culturas e, de certa forma, também os desgostos que os dois clubes têm tido ao longo da sua vida. FIAGO, first of all, thank you so much for taking time to have a chat about football, to start with, Benfica, and of course your HSV.
Yeah, thanks for the invite, man. Always happy to talk about football, and especially about Portuguese football, because I think it's so interesting. And excited to see what you're going to teach me as well, maybe about Benfica, new things.
Yeah, let's see. I don't think I will teach you anything, but
okay, let's see.
Let's see, but the first question of this podcast conversation is going to be always the same. When you hear the name Benfica, as not only as a German, but as an international football fan, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
I think like big history, like what a big club. Some things that come to my mind, of course, Eusebio, the European Cups in the 61, 62, the curse as well, the Goodman curse. Everybody knows that. Some things, one of the biggest fan clubs in the world. I think in terms of the members, it's always top 3 or 4. Sometimes even for the first, Bayern is there as well.
Yeah, always 1-2 with Bayern Munich.
Yeah, even 1-2. So it's just so big. It's a bit sad that it's not for the size of the club, not competing for the Champions League like as it should anymore. Like in my opinion.
We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the conversation. Have you been to the Estádio da Luz?
Actually not. It's on my bucket list. It's like one of the highest on my bucket list. No,
I know.
Actually, I've never been to Lisbon. I've been only to the airport. So I've been to Porto, but I've not been to Sporting or Benfica. So it's both on my bucket list.
Porto is a lovely city. About the clubs, it's another question. So you definitely have to visit the Estádio da Luz. I know in your content that you create, I mean, you're huge, and congratulations for that, of course.
Thanks.
I saw a video of yours a few weeks ago, I think at the Bernabeu, where you asked some Real Madrid fans about the best atmospheres in the world, and you said Benfica, and the Real Madrid fan put Benfica in the category of the atmospheres better than Real Madrid. I mean, I can understand that in some way, but for you that not support Real Madrid, not support Benfica, and of course in terms of names, Real Madrid is Real Madrid, period. But when you hear fans from a team like Real Madrid or even others say, no, Benfica have to give them respect about the atmosphere and the fan culture, what brings that to you, thinking, well, that's a little country there in Southern Europe that has, to be fair, not a big history present in football, but then a team like Benfica pops up every time. So you already said it at the beginning, big club, big fans, big history. But in 2026, to hear people from Real Madrid say, no, I have to give them to Benfica, that is something special, even for you, like watching it from the outside, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I remember the video that you're talking about. The Real Madrid fan definitely said that Benfica, and they faced not long ago before that video, so he kind of knows that they have better fans than Real Madrid. And even though I haven't been to Benfica, but from what I've heard, from what I've read, from other people, from friends that have been there, it seems to be true. So that's also why it's high on my list. I think also the videos that we see from outside the Estádio da Luz, the team arrival, and then the fans with the flares, it's really special, I think, in Portugal. So I definitely need to witness that, and I'm not surprised that he said that. So I can understand.
So I have to admit also that on my side, I've never been to a HSV game.
So you could come to HSV, I come to Benfica.
Yeah, let's do that. We have a deal. Definitely. I've been in many stadiums in Germany. I love German football culture. I mean, it's for me, we can discuss about Bundesliga, how much we want, but in terms of fans, amazing. So definitely I've been in the stadium during the Euros, the last time Portugal played there, but not
Portugal, France.
Yes,
I was there as well. Yeah, I was sad for Portugal.
Yeah. It was. We have the feeling as Portuguese that we maybe played our best tournament, and we could have.
I think so.
Gone a little bit.
And also
more
the fans, the Portuguese fans in Hamburg was like crazy. I was really hoping for them to win. Yeah.
Yeah, and Hamburg is a city with Portuguese kind of culture.
Exactly.
There's the Portuguese quarter and all that. But yeah, definitely have to do it. Let's now start to compare a little bit both clubs, my club and your club, because I think there are interesting similarities. To start with, they never played against each other.
Yeah, it was strange. I was thinking maybe in the 60s, but it never happened, yeah.
No, it never happened because I think the golden era of Benfica and HSV kind of were at the same time. But there is one interesting common thing because both teams reached an European final in the same year. Do you know that? In 1983.
I actually didn't know that Benfica reached the European final. You caught me there. So was that the Cup Winners' Cup or UEFA Cup?
UEFA Cup. We played against...
right. Cup Winners' Cup was Madrid against Aberdeen or something. You're right.
Yeah.
Against
so
who? Who did you play against?
Anderlecht.
Okay. And they won, of course, yeah.
We lost.
Yeah.
It's one of the sad histories of Benfica. We have 10 European finals, only won 2. So there's the curse.
It's crazy, yeah. And 2 big ones, but after that, that's crazy.
More. But you were luckier because you won what's today is the Champions League in 1983. So that was the peak for HSV. So I can imagine you grew up hearing about those times, right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously I wasn't born, but I heard about it a lot, especially because my dad is a Juventus fan. He's
really?
Italian. So, and the final was against Juventus in 1983, and he watched that as a kid. And he obviously probably hated Hamburg for that. And now his son is Hamburg fan. It's kind of funny. But that's our biggest era. You're right. We were pretty good in the early 60s. So not as good as Benfica, but like same time as Benfica's prime, we were good. But in the early 80s was even a better era. So yeah.
So
and also a good era for you, apparently, when you reach a European final as well.
And I think this is the moment I think we can both feel quite the same thing because I'm a little bit older than you, not that much. But we both grew up, I think, hearing about those great times, the 60s of Benfica, the 70s, even the 80s were quite okay for Benfica. So today, I have this feeling that Benfica is a giant. I would not say a sleeping giant. I understand that in terms of European football, it's difficult for a Portuguese club to play for the Champions League. I understand that. I know how the rules work. I know the influence that money has. Look at PSG and all that. I understand that. But I always have this feeling that Benfica's greatness and dimension is not fully complete. I don't know if you have the same feeling about HSV. Different context, I understand that. In Germany, you have Bayern, you have other big teams that in the last 20, 30 years, of course, grew differently than HSV. You had the many years in the second Bundesliga. So, but do you also have that feeling that your club is bigger than the results?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, of course, it's a bit different standard, as you said. For us, what we expect of HSV, we will never win the Champions League again, obviously, I think. I fully agree with what you're saying. We spent 7 years in the second Bundesliga. We always felt like it was way under the potential that the club had, which finally we're back now, which is good. But still, we're now 11th, which is okay. But as HSV fans, we feel like our club is kind of meant to be top 5 in Germany. Let's be honest. No, we can't challenge Bayern. Probably Dortmund is hard as well. Leipzig, they have a lot of money. But in the next couple of years, we kind of deep down every HSV fan hopes that we can challenge for European spots again. So if we can do that, 6th, 7th place, 5th place, that's great. Whilst for Benfica, I think what you're hoping for is a different level. Of course, you want to win in Portugal. You want to go far in. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think maybe you're hoping for maybe not win the Champions League, but go to the semi-finals, stuff like that.
Would be nice, yeah.
Right. So it's a bit of a different standard, but I think we both have the same kind of feeling. So I agree.
That's exactly the point, because my next question is how was the time in the second Bundesliga? I mean, emotionally, did you made peace with it at a certain point, and you understood, okay, this is how things are. My team is historically bigger than the moment, but I can't do anything about it. Or was it a tough path? Because about Benfica, let's put the European side apart, because like I said, I understand it's difficult. But even nationally, Benfica have won one Portuguese title in the last 7 years. So we have internally the feeling that it's not enough. And I I speak for myself. It's frustrating, and sometimes you lose faith a little bit in your team. So it's interesting for me to know how you and HSV fans dealt emotionally during the years in the second Bundesliga.
Yeah, it's true. Like in the first years, we got relegated in 2018, and that was for the first time ever in the club history. Yeah. We were the only. We used to be the only team that spent every Bundesliga season in the Bundesliga, but after that it changed. Yeah. Right, the clock, and then we had to tear it down. It was really crazy if you watch on YouTube the scenes of that. Or I don't know if you remember the scenes of that game where we got relegated.
I remember the scenes, yes.
All the smoke and everything. I was crying at 16. I was 16. So the first couple of years in the second division were really hard because we went down and the expectation was, okay, we will win almost every game. We will go back up because we've never been in that league. So we just thought we'd never really focus on that league. But then we realized that it's way harder than you think. It's more physical. And first 6 years, we always bottled the promotion. We were top 3 for the majority of the season. Then we fell down to 4th or 3rd and we lost the playoffs, relegation. So after a few years, honestly, I just came to terms with it. I think after like 2024, actually, it was quite... The season before we got relegated, I was in the preseason with HSV in Austria in the camp, and I made some content with them. But we were all like, "Yeah, we're not gonna get promoted this season." This was the first, the season where we got promoted. Yeah. The first time where HSV fans, I think, didn't have the expectations that we're gonna go up, and that was the year where we did actually go up. So when we kind of let go, it happened.
Okay, that's interesting for us. Maybe we need to let go.
maybe.
So, FIAGO, nice conversation. Like I said, 15-20 minutes. I have a final quiz for you that crosses German culture or players and Benfica history. Let's see if you remember some things. I have 2 questions. It's meant to be funny, so don't worry.
Okay, let's go.
First question. Do you know the name of the 2 German coaches that coached Benfica?
Roger Schmidt.
Yeah.
He won. Didn't he win your last league as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Was it 2022?
22-23.
Or 2023. So he was there, and there was another one.
That's the easy one. Now the difficult one. Big name. Big name. Big name.
So you're saying big name, but it's not obvious that he coached at Benfica? Or
not at all. I can tell you, he won the Champions League the year before, and then he moved to Benfica. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. And then
German coaches won the Champions League. That couldn't be too many. Yeah. Could it be, making a wild guess, Ottmar Hitzfeld?
Close enough, but no. Jupp Heynckes.
Jupp Heynckes. In my head, I was considering between those 2. Wait a second. Did he actually? When was he at Benfica?
He coached Benfica 99-2000. The year before, he won the Champions League with Real Madrid.
With Real Madrid, okay, wow, okay. Yeah. I forgot about that. I didn't know that.
I mean, it's 26 years ago.
Yeah.
And the funny story is, he didn't have success at the time. So Benfica is struggling for almost 40 years. Let's put it like that.
Crazy, yeah.
Then he got sacked, and a certain young coach was hired called Jose Mourinho.
Okay. So, interesting story.
It's a very interesting story. A lot of people don't remember because it's something completely out of the box that Jupp Heynckes coached Benfica for a year. So now the second question is, this is a funny one, but also tricky. Do you know how many German players played for Benfica? Just guess.
Oh, in all of history, how many? I think not that many.
No.
Just going through
under 10, I can tell you that.
Sorry?
Under 10.
Under 10, okay. I'm saying 6.
Oh, almost. 7.
Okay.
So the easy ones, Julian Weigl played for
Benfica. Weigl.
Jan-Niklas Beste, Julian Draxler, also Luca Waldschmidt, and now the funny ones. Hans-Jörg Putt.
Oh, there's a goalie. He's got a lot of goals. He played for Hamburg as well.
Yeah, I know. He played for Benfica also.
Interesting.
He was making holidays in Portugal, to be honest.
Okay. Did he not play a lot?
No. He was not the main goalie.
Okay.
But yeah, I think he had fun times in Portugal.
I can imagine.
And then the first one, very important one, Robert Enke was the first German.
Oh right, he was there. Yeah.
Yeah, and probably after Borussia Mönchengladbach, probably the best time in Enke's career. He later admitted that before, unfortunately, what happened. But he was the first German. He came with Jupp Heynckes. He was
Makes
the first
sense.
German, and we have nice memories because it was a very bad Benfica team, very bad. I mean, in the season, Jupp Heynckes was sacked and Mourinho came. Benfica finished 6th in the league, the worst.
Wow, that's very bad.
Very,
Did
very
Mourinho
bad.
still coach Enke as well?
No, I don't think so. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He coached.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he coached Henke. Exactly, because Heynckes came first season, then he was sacked at the beginning of the second season. Henke was still there. Yeah. So interesting story that connects both countries. Benfica, HSV. I'm honest. The part I wanted to realize from you today, despite talking about Benfica and HSV, was the part you talked about. You're struggling during the second Bundesliga time because we are not in the second division, but we have the same feeling, a lot of us, that Benfica is not at the spot that he should be. So it was very interesting. And that's also a little bit the point of this, to talk with fans of big clubs. I can tell you guys the next one will be a fan of Blackburn Rovers. So also a team with big history, not having easy times. But FIAGO, thank you so much for this almost 20 minutes.
Thank you for the invite. Always good.
No, I hope it was fun, and let's keep in touch and let's make it happen. You have to come to the Estádio da Luz.
That's the deal. Nice.
See you next time, my friend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
FIAGO foi o episódio do You Met Benfica. Hoje com o adepto alemão falamos um bocadinho sobre histórias cruzadas e este sentimento que se calhar os nossos clubes não estão a atingir o pico que deviam. Obrigado e até à próxima.